I have.
Water cannot touch
I own
itself.
a damn dictionary.
Water cannot make itself wet. It's water.
Fucking. You know what? Never mind. I'm scared. I don't want to ask.
Only solids can be wet because only solids can stick to water.
W wad wade waffle wag wade wide.
What? W-E-T. We're an A. You're go to E.
I thought.
Want war warm war.
E.
Waterproof wave flavor. Weak wealth wealthy weapon weary weather weed wedding wildlock weed weekend weekday wet weird welcome welfare wheel being well-being went wept were west whale wharf whatever wheat wheel what again?
I think we went over it. What do you mean? Does this dictionary not have the term wet?
Alexa, what does the word wet mean?
Yeah, no, it doesn't have the word wet, I don't think.
Wet has several meanings. As an adjective, it means moist or saturated with water or liquid. As a noun, it refers to the state of being wet or saturated with water or liquid. As a verb, it means to make something wet by pouring or spreading liquid on it.
You can't spread water on itself.
Water is wet!
The same way you can't spread peanut butter on itself because it's fucking peanut butter!
Peanut butter
Water is
on
the state.
peanut butter.
Water is the state of a solid when it has liquid atoms touching it. Therefore, only solids can be wet.
I
Water,
can add peanut butter on peanut butter. I will show you how it works.
you can't spread peanut butter on peanut butter because
Yeah,
you're
you
spreading the entire thing. At that
You
point, you're
can.
combining it. Once it's a separate.
So it's still peanut butter.
Yes, but
So
you're not
when you
spreading.
add water on water, it makes water wet.
If you pour water on salsa, the salsa becomes wet because you're pouring water on a technical solid. If you pour water on oil, the oil isn't wet because the oil is already a liquid.
Jaden, what is this?
A top, dumbass.
This is a water bottle.
Yes.
Yes.
And
And now,
I don't know.
what is inside the water bottle?
Water.
Yes. And now, what happens if my finger
Your
touches
finger gets
the
wet.
water?
Your finger gets wet.
Yes.
The water
And
does
so,
not
my
get
finger
under
could
your
not be
finger.
wet if the thing that's touching it is also not wet.
Yes.
So
wet
water is wet.
Dry is the absence
Guys,
of water.
guys.
Wet is the inclusion of water to a solid. Your finger becomes wet because it's touching water, not because water.
thinking on this. I'll be right back.
If you get Caleb, I'll kick your
I'm not
ass.
getting Caleb.
No, get the girl off the street that you.
You better not go outside and get a random person.
I'm asking the already.
Dude, don't ask the RA.
Just accept it. Just accept it and move on.
I'm right. I know I'm right because I've done hours of research on this.
Why?
Because my little brother is a dumbass.
I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be a really odd thing coming from me of all people. I thought we as a society had just agreed that water is water and water may be wet or dry.
Water is not wet. Wet is the state of a solid.
I mean, I heard what you were telling him, so I get it now. I understand. I can understand the logic, and I accept that.
Deb is not a
I'm
part of
just-
society. He's his own species.
I just was very confused because I was like, I thought we said that water was wet, dry is dry, and water can be both dry and wet. and
Water
called
isn't
it
dry
a-
and wet. Water is not. It's dry. Water is technically dry, but it makes things wet because it is a liquid.
That's interesting.
Like any liquid can be like wet.
Any liquid can make things wet, but no liquid is wet.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to explain.
RAs.
Like a towel. Towels are dry and they make things dry.
Yeah.
But a wet towel can also dry things off.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
They said yes.
They said, guess what?
That water is wet. I asked them
I
if water
told
wet,
you,
and they
I feel like
said yes.
society, I told you, I feel like society has like just agreed that
I'm
water
gonna
is
crash the
wet.
fuck out. I'm gonna crash the fuck out.
Go ahead.
We're not asking random people. No.
Oh
Do
my
not pour
god.
things on the water.
I'm gonna pour things.
Oh, there's
Pour
too
on.
many electronics over there.
What is this?
The table.
What is the table? Is it dry or wet?
The table.
Is the table dry or wet, Zab?
Dry.
Okay, why is the table dry?
Because there's no water on it.
Yes, what state of matter is the table?
Solid.
The table is a solid, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna do this.
Please don't
Gonna
pour
take
water on the.
Yes. Now what is the table?
Mostly dry. Like
I'll
a drop
kick your
of-
ass.
It's not wet.
The water-
There's a single thing of. Okay, now it's wet.
The the amount of water doesn't make it not wet.
There's like one drop of water. It's not fucking wet.
Okay, now this part of the table. What is this part of the table? Is it dry or wet?
Well, now it's wet. I think you're still gotta rub some stuff on it. Or is that? Oh, no, it's just a finger. Then yeah, it's dry.
Okay, and this part where there's no water molecules, is it dry or wet?
Dry.
Okay, now right here.
Wet.
Okay, why is it wet?
Because there's water.
Yes, and what is water?
Wet.
You walk-
Yeah, exactly. Damn.
You
What
walked into that
state
room.
of matter is water?
Liquid.
Liquids make solids wet because there are two separate forms of matter.
There's nothing more wet than a liquid then. By that logic.
No! Liquids can't make liquids wet because there's nothing for them to stick to.
Ice.
Ice is a solid,
But it's
dumbass.
still water.
Yes, ice
It
cubes.
makes water wet.
Ice cubes
So
become
water is still wet.
ice cubes become wet when they melt because they turn into ice
So water
and
is
water.
wet.
Ice and water are two separate things because their molecules are in different states.
But it still counts as
Can
water.
What state are we in? What state are we in?
No.
Okay, now what's the next state over? Pennsylvania.
No, Indiana.
There, Pennsylvania's right next to
Michigan-
Ohio.
Michigan's
I'll kick
also
your
right.
ass, I promise you. Ohio and Pennsylvania are two separate states. Just because someone from Pennsylvania, aka me, comes to Ohio doesn't mean I'm from Ohio or I'm an Ohioan, whatever the fuck you calling yourself. It's the same logic. Just because water travels his ass over the fuck to solid land doesn't mean the water is wet. It makes the solid wet.
Jaden,
Yes.
the main problem with this entire situation is you're trying to tell someone from Ohio about science. They are from Ohio.
I had a 31 on the damn
I don't give
ACT.
And I was in biology honors. Fuck you
I was
and
in
your ACT score.
I was in AP biology, dumbass, and I got a 4 on
Then
it.
how are you this stupid?
Water's fucking wet.
It is
You're from
not
Ohio,
wet.
You have no opinions. Anyways, let us hear this wonderful song.
Okay.
And just
Cover or saturated with liquid.
What's more
That's what wet means.
So other liquid molecules are covered in other liquid molecules.
No, because they
Still
are
fucking
liquid
wet.
molecules themselves. You can't cover a liquid with a liquid. Liquids mix.
Yeah, you can. Not oil.
Oil and water do mix, just not where they're in a calm state.
So technically speaking, the oil can still be wet.
No.
I mean, I'm right.
It's a
I'm
fucking
right.
liquid.
Right.
The issue is, it's a liquid. Liquids can't get wet
Fucking
because they're fucking liquids.
Are fish wet?
Fish are wet because they're covered in water.
Yes,
They're
and what's more
solids.
covered in water than anything else?
Fish!
Other water!
Idiot!
I don't know.
Water is not wet because water is not a solid. Only
It's okay.
solids
It's okay.
can be wet. Okay, if I spritz some gas on chloroform, gas in the gas form of chloroform. No, mustard gas. If I take a spray bottle and spray some mustard gas, is the mustard gas wet? I will
Is mustard
swing
gas
this.
illegal?
I will swear I will swing this chair at you if you say yes. For God fucking sake. If
Wait, you
I
said mustard gas and what now?
if there's
Is
a
it mustard
cloud,
condiment?
I'll fuck you up. If there is a cloud of mustard gas and I take a water bottle and is the mustard gas wet?
Yes.
I'll kill you.
Is mustard gas a liquid?
No, it's a
It's
gas.
gas! This isn't the name.
Oh yeah.
Gas
But then-
can't be wet.
That's what the point of the gas is.
I'll fuck you up. Gas can't be wet because gas is usually liquid in a vapor form. You can't make liquids.
So is
Wet.
mustard gas in a liquid form?
Mustard gas is a gas form.
No, I'm saying, so is mustard liquid
No,
form
that'd be
and
mustard.
mustard gas in liquid form?
Actually,
No,
What the
mustard
fuck
gas
is
is a
mustard
mix of
gas?
ammonia and a whole bunch of other things that will kill you if
things that I've
inhaled.
almost made by accident trying to clean my bathroom.
Mixing ammonia and bleach doesn't make mustard
It's
gas.
not even that.
Basically, so if I piss in a bottle of bleach, it can make some mustard gas?
No, that's a false fact.
Or is it?
It's not. I've tried it. It didn't work.
Fuck.
Why the fuck would you
Because
try
I
it?
tried shit. I can make a bomb out of coal and sugar if I wanted to.
Are you,
I
how are you gonna find coal?
You can find coal from any hardware store. Any hardware store. You can find coal in corner stores.
I don't know, I've never been to Home Depot.
What the fuck? Probably because you think water is wet.
There are people still below us somehow.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Brown people.
Technically speaking, wouldn't it be ground level because the ground? Like,
No, ground means underground.
Nope.
I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up. I'll kick your ass.
Floor, what the fuck? It's
Wet is what the state of a solid
doing
when
this.
saturated with a liquid is called.
Technically, the
It's
picture
completely
is
off
anything
topic.
that's
Okay.
saturated with a liquid.
You can't saturate
Can
something
we
with
take it
itself.
Okay.
No, you can't. You can't pour Coke on Coke and say it's Coke squared. It's still Coke.
pouring Coke on Pepsi in crime. Anyways,
And you can't pour Pepsi on Coke because at that point they mix. They form a new liquid. Therefore,
An
it's not
abomination.
wet.
Cokesy or Coke?
I swear to God, you're focusing on the wrong damn situation. You're encouraging him. You're encouraging him.
What do you think? Cokesy or Coke?
That is not the issue here.
I know.
Not the issue at hand.
Fine.
Ooh!
Okay, at least my version of this one. Okay, look.
Coke just sounds like a bad touch that I don't want to talk about. So, I'm sitting in my chair and I'm going to shut up.
We need to watch something.
Okay, look, I can prove it right
Oh
here.
my god.
Okay, so what is this?
Alright, Einstein,
So
go.
what is this?
This man obviously. Yeah.
So what is this?
A water bottle.
And now what is in it?
Water.
Yes, now, watch closely.
He's gonna drink the shit and it's. You
What did
have
I just do?
Drink the water.
Yes.
You have officially added water to your stomach acid. Congratulations.
Yes. And now what happens to my stomach acid the more water I drink?
It
Nothing.
It
Consumes
gets
the
watered
water.
down.
Yes.
Because water can be added to other liquids and still make them wet.
Water
It just
adding to other
mixes.
liquids doesn't make them wet. It's osmosis. Osmosis is the fucking science.
So there-
Jones.
So water can water down other things and make other things
You can
more
also-
wet.
oh, you can also-
you can saturate with more water.
You can
water
also
it down.
you can also unwater things down by adding things to
So
water.
therefore, you can still make liquids and still be things being wet.
No, you're just changing what chemicals are in. You're technically just creating a chemical imbalance. Wet is not determined by the amount of chemicals, it's determined by the amount of different states of matter.
I love that this is what we do in college.
Yeah, yeah.
In art school, we don't talk about
I
art.
was gonna go into biochemistry. And I was accepted. So fuck you. I'm here by choice. You're here because you have no
You would talk
social
about
skills.
osmosis.
Yeah, yeah.
Social
You
skills.
You just went out and asked the grown women
Yeah.
if water was wet, and she was also wrong.
She agreed with me, and technically she's above you, so technically that should count for
That's
points.
some.
Donald
crazy-
Trump is above me, and he has the retardation capabilities of a fucking mongoose.
I'm not. We don't
I
say
would say
that word.
I want to say a mongoose. I say it's like under like baby mongoose.
I'll
like
fuck you up.
I thought
I'll
we
fuck
didn't
you up.
say that word.
Guys, why don't we just Google is water wet?
Alexa, is water wet?
Things become wet when they come into contact with a liquid. As a liquid itself, technically speaking, water is neither wet nor dry.
Water
You really
is
trust me?
not.
AI can't even draw hands.
AI has better social skills than you.
He's not wrong. I'm sorry,
Hey.
bud.
Meta AI talks better than you. Therefore, based off of the AI, which is
I can't even draw
Hey
hands.
Alexa.
I can do this, and AI can't.
so can I. That doesn't mean jack shit.
Hey Alexa. Can you tell Jaden to calm down, please?
Okay, I can announce this to all your devices. Ready to send?
No.
Canceling.
You heard it.
Yeah, from the AI, the robots.
Listen,
Something that is 500
listen,
times
it is
smarter
not.
than you.
Listen, that is compiled. That answer is compiled from different computers and like different like knowledge that actual smart people have like done.
You
Yeah,
make compilation music from FNAF and Friday Night Funkin'.
Do you think that Albert
Okay, that's
Einstein had
nice.
to do these same fights, or did everyone in his time just accept that water?
Don't look at Reddit.
If you go on Reddit, there are
Reddit.
genuine-
Water is wet because we perceive it to be, according to the Guardian.
That means it's not
Water
wet.
has-
That means we just perceive it to be wet. I can perceive you as a genius. That doesn't help because you're an actual dumbass.
I don't know my
The
IQ.
Guardian
Exactly.
source.
I have a 174 IQ. I'm a genius. Fuck you.
What'd you get on the ACT?
Huh? I didn't take the AC test. The
So technically
SAT.
speaking, I whooped you in the ACT because you didn't even get any points on it.
Because I took the SAT.
But I still technically whooped you on the ACT.
Did you take any AP classes?
Scientifically
Yes.
speaking,
What?
water is not
AP
considered
biology
wet.
and AP
Wetness
go-
refers to the
AP
state of a solid
everything.
surface when it comes into contact
You
with
studied
a liquid like water.
racism.
Correct.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
Guys,
Yeah.
I have an exact way of dealing with this.
Go.
Alright.
Scientifically speaking, water is not considered wet. Wetness refers to the state of a solid surface when it comes in contact with a liquid like water. Meaning water
State of a
itself
solid
cannot
surface.
be wet because it has no solid surface to be wet on. You can only make other things wet by contacting them. Most
Who is this
scientists
from?
define wetness as liquid's ability to maintain contact with solid surfaces, meaning the water itself cannot be wet.
Source.
Scientists.
Literal
Scientists.
science.
No, wait,
It
the
literally-
website source.
Like Science Focus and other science focuses, Echoes.
So
The
it's
Guardian.
accredited. Your credit is that you're stupid.
I have good.
Yeah.
I have a good credit score.
Crazy thing is, even Reddit says that it's not wet, and that's Reddit of all things.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Accept your defeat. Accept your defeat.
Oh no, not Quora.
Hypixel agrees with me.
Quora's agreeing.
Listen,
with him.
just listen. You have 3 people and like basically the entire world like not agreeing with you.
agrees with me.
Oh, wait,
That's
wait,
how-
wait.
Oh,
She's
oh,
also in art school.
stop the fucking
Wait,
presses.
wait. ScienceLine UCSB.edu has officially stated that liquid water in itself is not wet, but can make other solids and materials wet.
EDU, education. These are people who know what the fuck they're
Okay, but
talking
to make
about.
other materials wet, water is also another material.
It said solid. Water's not a solid.
Ice.
Ice and water are
agree with
two
you,
different
and
things.
it
Ice
Water
and water are
Yeah.
the same damn thing. One's just crunchy.
Crunchy water! That
Alexa,
actually exists!
Are ice and water the same thing?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. Yes, ice is an aggregate state of water.
So therefore, water can still be wet, even if they know
Ice
your
is an
science
aggregate.
bullshit.
Ice is an aggregate state of water. Therefore, it is water, but it's not actual water. It is the solid version of water. Ice can
Therefore,
get.
water can still be wet.
Ice can
So
get
Please
wet.
stop spritzing water on
Ice
the
can
wires.
only get wet because it is a solid in itself.
But water, so it's still water can still be wet.
Ice makes itself wet because when it melts, it becomes water.
So water is still wet.
No, water's
Yeah,
not wet.
water can
Ice
still be
is
wet.
wet. You don't call water ice. You know why? Because they're two different things.
Hey, Alexa,
Alexa,
what is thick water? Does Alexa know what
Thick water refers to water that is particularly dense or viscous. It can be used to describe various contexts, such as the difficulty of moving or stirring, the resistance offered by a liquid to flow, or the opacity of a liquid. The term is often used to describe the viscosity of fluids such as honey, syrup, or paint, indicating their resistance to flow and their tendency to stay in place. In chemistry, thick water refers to the dense concentration of hydrogen bonds in liquid water, which contributes to its unique properties and is essential for life on Earth.
Thank you!
please don't make me pull out the chemistry because I will pull out the fucking chemistry. I will pull out the
You
science.
do not have any room. Just admit your
Fine.
dude.
Water itself cannot be wet, but ice, which is also water, can get wet.
Ice can get wet because it is not water. It is frozen water because it is a solid. God damn
Frozen
it!
meat is still meat.
What?
Yes, but it's already
It's already a solid. That is not to say. Okay, when you
Ice
freeze
cream is still frozen milk,
Yes, it's frozen milk. It goes from liquid
to solid.
and ice cream can be wet.
because when it melts, it's a liquid touching a solid.
So therefore,
Therefore,
Water-
you're proving yourself wrong in the dumbest way
if I
possible.
pour water on ice cream, the ice cream gets wet.
Yes, because it is a solid touching
Yes,
a
and
liquid.
then if I
If
pour
you
ice-
pour water on the actual liquid ice cream, it doesn't get wet. It just becomes really disgusting liquid ice cream.
That's true.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Also, meat liquids.
Okay, I'm gonna call somebody, and this will be the final say.
God damn
Why
it.
are we calling people?
Because this guy's
Who
an
are you calling?
this guy's an expert on this stuff. I know.
Alexa just agreed with us. An EDU website agreed with us.
Okay.
Alright, who is this so-called expert? Who is
Dad,
I
he got a degree in philosophy.
Philosophy! That has nothing to do with chemistry!
This is chemistry.
Hi, Dad. Say, can you solve an argument for us real quick? What? Okay, is water wet?
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
Anytime.
Alright, love you. Alright, love you.
Love you.
What did he say? I didn't catch it.
Philosophy.
He said yep.
Alexa, describe philosophy.
Philosophy is the systematic study of fundamental questions about existence,
Like if water is wet.
knowledge, value,
That is not
mind,
the same
and language. It is a rigorous and analytical approach to understanding the core concepts that underlie our understanding of the world and our place in it.
Just like if water is wet.
Basically, philosophy is forcing yourself to have an existential crisis.
Like if water is
Which
wet.
is what you're giving me by genuinely believing
No, it's still philosophy.
that asking someone who studies theoretics and someone who draws if water is wet,
Wait,
when I'm
what?
telling you that water is not wet from a scientific chemical standpoint.
What did you do to this thing?
What?
Why?
I didn't do it. I just wore it and it fucking popped off.
Probably because you thought water was fucking wet and it got tired of living.
Wait, how did you say water?
I don't know.
You
I-
said
water.
like water. You like water.
Water.
Yeah,
Water.
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 Guys.
You don't say pterodactyl, do you?
Yes.
It's water.
Guys, Jesus.
You water the plant. You
This
drink water.
started this started from an offhanded comment that we made about Descendants. You said we were saying, "Oh, the CGI is bad." And you said, "Oh yeah, of course it is." Did I mention water is wet? That's what started this.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, you just mentioned casually being the dumbest person ever.
What's everyone's favorite dinosaur?
Short to
For the
minus.
record, I'm quoting Man of
The
Steel.
what?
Fast dinosaur.
Oh,
I'm quoting Superman on that one, so you're gonna call Superman an idiot?
yes.
Yeah, Superman doesn't know shit.
He's known for being dumb and strong.
He is an alien. He doesn't know anything about humans.
He was an alien that grew up in the South.
Hey!
Aliens still
Not you. You're an exception, but he's proof that people are fucking stupid.